All right, my friends, happy Wednesday, Shredder Nation. We are recording this call and we are live on Facebook. So welcome everybody. My name is Heather Seeker-Leonard. I am the head of the ER Shred board and I am your chief shreducator, as Sean likes to call me. Wednesday night is my favorite night of the week because this is the night where we get to hear the stories of all of the lives that we are impacting through this amazing protocol called ER Shred. We get to come, we share our stories, we get to go a little bit deeper and we can see all of the lives that we're impacting. And it makes me so honored to be able to host this call and fill in when needed, because you know what, the show always goes on. And that's why we have a board. So we have people available to step in and help each other out, which is part of the community aspect of the ER Shred. And it's what I truly, truly enjoy. A couple of announcements before we get started. Tomorrow night, our ER Shred ambassador around the business, Bob Sivright, will be live on Zoom and streamed in our Shredders Unite Biz group with two guests tomorrow night, Barbara Bush, who is returning from last night's call with Jesse James Jamnick and Susan Look. They will both be with Bob tomorrow night. Also, next Wednesday is our Halloween celebration. So we are encouraging our shredders to enjoy life and have some fun and show up to the Wednesday night call with their costumes. So you are all invited to dress up to celebrate with us next week, that we will be having a Halloween celebration. Today is day 10 of our ER Shred anniversary shred. So I have a feeling next week's call is going to be pretty impactful when we see the results of those that joined us for this year event. And I'm really excited with what is going to come. So without further ado, I would like to call on our first shredder who has decided they are going to share with us. We have Daryl Elliott. Daryl, welcome to the Come Alive call.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So Daryl, where are you calling in from?
Northern Virginia, and I'm friends with Stephen Rabel. He's the one that got me involved in this.
We love Stephen. Stephen got put on the spot last week to share an update for us. So we appreciate them. And they have been killing it since they showed up, which is part of why they earned a Heart of the ER Shred recipient award. So Daryl, tell us a little bit about your story. Where were you before the ER Shred?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had started it sooner, because I was a little hesitant, because in January, maybe
that's good.
I was trying to do make some changes or whatever, but I had a guy reach out to me who I'd known for a bit, but the program was just not good. It was like 6 small meals a day, a lot of just small sugary meals. It didn't make sense. I didn't like it. I didn't really know why, but with getting into the ER Shred, it's really gotten me to understand like fasting a lot more, and like why we're doing this and how good it all is for your body. So, I had a really bad experience before. So that made me, a little hesitant about it. And I'd done Whole 30 before, but I only ever made today to 13. So I called it Whole 13 when I did it. So I figured if I can do 13 days, I can do 11 days of this. So I like too that it's 11 days.
So what made you take the plunge? Because you said you were hesitant. What was it that finally, just the fact that it was 11, or was there more?
That was nice. And Stephen had really good results, and he just kept bugging me about it over and over again. And he was like so persistent. I'm so glad he was. I joke about it, but I'm really glad that he kept at me about it. He always answered my questions, and I've only done so far 1.5 shreds. I'm down 25 pounds since I started with those in July, and it's also gotten me to the point where I can do more cycling. I've really this week I've already gone 45 miles, and plan to try to break my record, longest ride ever tomorrow at 35 or 40 miles. So I couldn't have done that without losing the weight that ER Shred helped me get off.
So I I got stuck when you said 25 pounds and you're only a shred and a half in.
Yeah, and I wish I'd finished the second shred, but I had a crazy life event happen and couldn't in the moment. But I my goal is to get under 200 by the end of the year, so I hope to do another one or two before the end of the year. So 18 pounds to go. So I started at 242, down to 218, and hope to be 200 by the end of the year.
I think it's doable.
Yeah, with how much? Yeah, and how much? And now that I'm, more fat adapted and in that mindset, but not even talking about the mental clarity aspects of ER shred. That's really been a great, better sleep. Just I'm a semi-professional poker player. I'm playing better.
So talk more about that mental clarity, because it sounds like that's going to impact one of your poker playing, right? Mental clarity makes a difference on that.
It's not just that, like, and Steven's in my group too, and like he ever since he's done ER shred, he's gotten better. He like always knows what everyone has, so he's always yeah. So I think I know. And poker is there's obviously the luck of the cards, but it's a very mental game, and the smarter, more mentally clear people are the ones that are going to play better. So
what was your sleep like prior to ER shred versus now? Because you said it's better. So what does better look like to you?
I think a lot of it is, I notice a huge difference when I don't eat any carbs. It's really that carbs, especially later in the day or late at night, have just a huge impact on me, where I feel like I have to sleep more than 8 hours. Whereas if I don't have that, I can be at 6 or 7 and be okay.
So what carb was your weakness prior to this?
I mean, all of them, they're all amazing. I mean, sugary drinks, fries, bread, and even now it's like it's the kind of thing where I'll have it, but I'm very aware of it, and I think about it a lot more and how much I'll have when I will have those things now.
And do you feel it impact you when you do allow yourself to have those things?
Yeah, I mean I know I enjoy them more. It's not just a normal kind of thing like that. I got to the point where it was like fast food, every day sometimes. And so that's just normal. And then, you feel horrible all the time. And it's the kind of thing where you feel horrible, but you get used to it. You don't know you feel horrible, right? So people talk about that a lot. And I noticed that, like, coming down off of just all the processed foods, just feeling, just in general, just having a lot more energy too, not just more mental energy, but physical energy, and being able to do things like these longer bike rides that I had never been able to do before.
Yeah, the bike rides that I've seen come out, have you seen anything from Scott and Leanne White and their bike riding and their cycling? Like, they did this massive cross-country bike ride, living the shredder lifestyle. It blows me away with what I see happen in this group. And it's just so crazy, but in such a good way, to see all of this empowerment. So how is your detox coming off of all that processed stuff and the fast foods and stuff? How did that go for you?
The first day was really rough, and I actually cheated, and I went and I bought Korean beef jerky my first night of my ER shred, because I was like freaking out with withdrawal from sugar. So I ate that, and then besides that, really followed it really strictly. And by halfway through, I was feeling fine. And then I had one piece of chocolate to break my fast after my final 2 days of cleansing, and it was like the best like food I'd ever had, just that one piece of chocolate. So yeah, and then I noticed when I did my second shred, I didn't feel that way coming off of it. I didn't feel like I had to go to CVS at 1 a.m. and buy, the value pack of Korean beef jerky. So I did not do, because then also it's like I kind of justified it by saying it's beef jerky, but the Korean one, like it's the Korean barbecue, where it's like, it's a lot of sugar, so it's not okay.
And that's the thing, like we can justify things to ourselves because we're like, well, we're eating meat and the ER shred is eating meat, but when you actually read the label and see what's in there, you're like, wait a minute.
That's right. Well, I knew it was wrong.
you knew it couldn't be right, huh?
I knew. No, because I know it's no sugar. Anytime you get beef jerky, it's supposed to be no sugar added, and that's what I do have generally. But it was that first day on it, And after having, I was so used to having like soda every day. And it was, I mean, it literally, I mean, sugar is just as addictive as heroin or cocaine.
Exactly.
Really, you know?
And I think I appreciate that you're sharing that, because I think when people go completely cold turkey off of that sugar addiction, that detox can really be intense.
Yeah, it kind of was. Yeah.
And it can be rough. Like, I am grateful my sugar addiction wasn't to that point, but I've helped people through it. And it's a real thing. And so weaning yourself off, and that's why I know I've talked to a few people that were like an energy drink and 2 sodas a day. It's like, don't just cut it clear. Let's start to wean you down before you go into your true shred, so you don't shock your body completely.
Yeah, and I did
feel some of that shock.
Yeah, I did prepare myself some by eating more meat meals, because I did know it was going to happen, and I'd been thinking about it, you know, for months since Steve had been talking to me about it, but I didn't really know I was going to do it until about, I don't know, a few weeks before. So I did try to prepare some, but I definitely wasn't ready that first day, like at night. Like for me, it's all usually at night that I want to have sugary drinks. And so it was late at night, and I was like, I can't do this. But I also didn't want to like completely cheat and go like to McDonald's. Right. So it's like, I kind of justified it by getting the beef jerky. It still was way too much sugar. But since then, it's been like, you know, been pretty smooth sailing.
That's awesome. So talk about a day pre-shred and a day post-shred. What do they look like now in comparison?
I mean, I definitely feel more intentional now with a lot of my moving. It's a lot easier to move now, so I do it more. I want to do it more. I'm stretching way more, like doing more yoga, not to mention, of course, the bike rides, just walks in general. That's something like I want to do more. It used to maybe feel like a chore, and now it feels so great to be outside, be in the sun, be out and about. And, you know, that's so good for you and your mental health too, of course. So that's been something I've noticed since I've gotten into it. I'm not just kind of sitting at the computer as much like I can do if I'm not careful. So yeah, that's a lot of it.
Yeah, see, and I love that, because that to me sounds like whole body healing. Like the act of getting up and moving was a chore before, and now you enjoy it and you look forward to it and you want to add more to it.
Right.
That's healing at a whole deeper level.
Yeah, no, I always am telling people about the protocol and how, you know, I tried some other things that just didn't work, and how it does kind of, you know, it's only 11 days. You think, oh, it's 11 days, it's a fad. But no, I mean, it really does help your whole mindset change and your body crave different things and react differently. And just like you said, kind of heal. Right.
So you had that detox process. So were you coming alive on day 5, or about how long into it did it take for you?
Yeah, that's probably about right. Like the second, all right. Yeah. Right when I finished the first cleanse, the first day of the cleanse was really rough. Also, this is funny. I tell people this, I miscalculated how many ounces were in a gallon somehow. And instead of drinking half my body weight, which would have been like 125 ounces, which is about, you know, 1 gallon, 128 ounces is 1 gallon, not 64 like I was thinking. So I was doubling it. So I was drinking 256 ounces a day of water through my first shred, like the first 5 days of my shred. And I had a really weird headache. And I'm not sure if it was from the water or from the coming off the sugar, but I had a really weird headache way in the back of my head that I've never had before. I'm not sure if it was there's 2 variables, the excess water and the coming off the sugar. I don't know, both maybe.
And you know, that's something maybe Jesse can talk about this. And I know I hate like saying he's going to talk about this, but I think there's this misconception, like, well, I'm going to just drink all this water, but you forget that drinking all the extra water, you're flushing out, you get to a point where you're flushing extra stuff out of your body that your body actually needs. So when I see, like, I go nuts when I see people.
You mean like electrolytes, right? Like electrolytes? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm right.
You're absolutely
You can drink too much water that you strip this all away, right?
1000%.
So when I see these like tiny people that are like 120 pounds saying, I'm drinking a gallon of water a day, they drive me nuts, because I'm like, that's actually not going to help you. So please understand. So I'm glad that you caught yourself on this, Daryl, and that you are aware.
Yeah. I know some people will drink their body weight in water, and I don't know. There's debate about how much is too much or whatever. But it was also becoming a chore to drink 256 ounces of water every day. It was a part-time job. So I was very happy to drop down to 128. Like that felt very easy after doing the 256. But I was trying to do everything right, but I was like, this seems like a lot of water. And then
so another thing that you're being empowered to learn is question things. Right?
That's right.
Isn't that part of what we're teaching in the protocol? Question things. If it doesn't feel right, something's probably not right. So let's figure some things out, right?
Right. That's right. Yeah. I did figure something out. When you're 15, you think soda's the drink, the cool drink, right? Or energy drinks. When you're 25, it's all about alcohol. And then when you're 35, you finally maybe realize that it's water all along. That's the drink. That's the magic drink.
So that's the age process of fluid choice?
I mean, at least for me, I just turned 35 a couple of weeks ago. And so I started right before that. I finally realized, yeah, water's the way to go. And I do find myself drinking way more water now. And I find it does help me stay more full and eat less.
Awesome. Those are great.
Hey, Daryl.
Hey.
Stop drinking all that water. You're drinking more water right now. I'm just kidding. Dude. I'm just kidding. Hey, I have a question. Heather's asked some really cool questions. First of all, thanks for showing up. I truly appreciate your honesty because I believe the journey of health is not always peaches and rainbows and sunshine. So many of us have come from such a different place. And that's one thing that I absolutely love about what we've done with the ER shredders. Like, look, here's the protocol. It's got a lot of science behind it. It's definitely there. However, sometimes, depending upon where we're at, you're going to have to trudge through some crap to get to it. And we're going to have to play the little game of suck it up, right? So it sounds like you did that. I have this really crazy question for you, though. When you drank all that water,
yeah,
do you remember how many times did you pee that day?
Well, it was the first, like maybe half of the shred. So it was maybe the first 5 or 6 days of shred that I was doing. And
so you just peed straight for 5 days, basically?
I mean, Tom Brady talks about it because he drinks an insane amount of water, and he talks about how your body adapts to it. And so I actually, the first few days, I was peeing a lot, but like now I still drink, this massive amount. No, not as much as I was, but I think because I drank so much, I don't know, now it doesn't feel that much.
For sure.
But, well, at first, I guess so. I guess it was. Yeah.
Yeah. That is fascinating how the body is going to adapt. It's the same thing that people realize as they go 6, 7, 8 months into shredding, really getting into fat adaptation. P.S. It doesn't happen in 10 days. For those of you that think you're hitting it, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's just not happening. Unless there's like this really a lot of things there, but as you keep going, you'll even realize this with food. You know what I mean? You'll start to realize like you're not eating just to eat. You're fueling when you need to fuel. You're learning to fill when you need to fill, and then it just sustains you forever. That particular thing has literally saved my ass so many times now over the last couple of months, just within the last couple of weeks of not being that slave to food anymore. So keep that up. Seriously, congratulations. I just want to jump in and say that to you. And literally, in all seriousness, as far as water goes, guys, water, tea, coffee, anything to that nature, obviously water's there because it's water. It's not full of caffeine. If we're drinking too much coffee, yes, that counts as water. If we're drinking tea, yes, that counts as water. Any liquid counts as hydration. However, what's contained in that liquid? Is it sugars? Is it caffeine? Just like food, right? 200 calories is 200 calories, but what is the dense nutrition that's contained in that 200 calories? That's what we need to be more concerned about. Not so much the 200 calories, right? So it's the same kind of thing, but really for everybody just to learn real quick, and I'm going to shut up, drink until you're satisfied as well. Don't force yourself. Drink when you're thirsty. Start to really get in tune with yourself and that innate ability to really just feel what your body needs. And that's just such a magical place when you can get to that point. You're just like, oh, I know what I need. And you do it and you're just like, wham, right back at it. So kudos.
All right, thanks.
Awesome, Daryl. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. We appreciate you going first, and we appreciate you being brave for coming on and sharing your story. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for asking me.
All right, is Maria out there? Let's see. I'm not seeing yet. So let's see. I have a Laura DeCenzo. How about Pam McVeigh? Blakeney Boggs. Did Jamie show up for her update? Susan, go ahead. You have an update for us?
Hi, guys. How's everyone doing?
Hello, Miss Susan. Happy day 10 of our anniversary shred.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So,
wait a minute. Hold on. That's Susan. Look, I didn't recognize her.
Yes, my hair's
Susan,
a hot
mess. Costume.
Let me see.
Hot mess.
I was looking for like some snakes or like daggers or like sorcery. I love you, Susan. I'm just, I'm doing so well. I'm just
Thank
giving you. I'm gonna shut up. Sorry, go.
Today I'm just the ER shred share. I'm not the nurse Sue. I'm not the But you know what? I'm gonna do this because I do. Okay, good. I'm gonna stand up. So you guys, this morning, this is the first time when I got up this morning before our cleanse that I woke up lean. I mean, I took a picture this morning. I posted it in Facebook, and it's like I'm going into a 2-day cleanse already feeling lean, and I'm gonna just tell you, it feels good.
Doesn't it though?
It feels good. Yes. Yeah.
That's so
Hey,
awesome.
Susan. So you've been crushing this now for multiple months, to the point where your brain is literally lit on fire so much that like you literally can't be quiet. And I'm so excited for you. Like I need you cloned by like 100 immediately, because we need to freaking seriously help more people. What I've just witnessed over the last couple of days, we're not going to get into Jesse's little story here, but what I've witnessed, let me tell you, people are screaming for what we got. So kudos to you. What have you noticed, Susan? People that don't know you, you've spent years now in the nursing industry and the administrative side. You have many of friends in this industry. You've gotten to see the tests, the science, the stuff that comes down, the food that's put out in the hospitals and what's going on. And you kind of fell into that yourself. What's the biggest differences that you know now? Like, what is your thought process around food versus now versus then? What's like the biggest realizations for you besides the weight and the inches and the fact that you're just like this like brand new person that I met, 5 months ago?
Right. Wow. Great, Jesse. Great question. It's been layers and layers of knowledge from starting with the shred protocol, from just starting as a new ER shredder and just doing it, and learning about why we're doing what we're doing. And each time, each one of these calls, I mean, I'm in another shred now, and I've been doing this since January. What have I learned? That I had a lot of myths, a lot of misbeliefs, a lot of, wow, that fiber bar is crap. So, and as you go through all these things, did not have any idea that Diet Coke was a trigger for me. I drank Bubba cups full of Diet Coke for most of my life. Oh my God. So, oh my God, I don't know if I can say that, but I did say it. So don't strike me. But yes, so much learning. And for me, I like what's going on inside the body, everything from the holistic side of it to the energy, to our cells vibrating, to the pathology behind it, to all these great things that are happening, to our 5 stages of things that are happening when we're going through a cleanse. And this has all been new learning, because when you're a nurse, there was the only couple of things that we did as nurses when, let's say, a person wasn't healing with a wound. We would give them protein. Okay, so I had a pretty good concept that protein had in my clinical nursing career that, or when someone wasn't doing well, we would put them on, those are called like magic cups or something nutritional. This is, for me, like through the roof. This is just the shakes, they're just through the roof. So much, where did that knowledge and that learning come from? I mean, I understand the concepts pretty quickly, but I didn't know them. I just trusted. I trusted in Barbie. Boy, Jesse, when I heard you, I thought, wow, you're a wild man. and even Sean is a little bit crazy. I'm kind of scared a little bit. And now you guys are so real and so honest and so authentic, and so learning so much from all you guys. It's just been a wonderful journey, and it continues. It just, the more you know what you're doing, because you have validation. One of the strengths that I help with my gals that are going through a cleanse is I send messages out to them. Hey, this is why, because 2 days can be tough, especially your first couple of ones when you're sugar loaded. And I thought I wasn't sugar loaded because I thought I was pretty good with the whole keto thing. But holy cow, I did have a crazy wild headache on my very first cleanse. Do I have one today? Hell no. No, because I know the tricks and the tips, because when I did, I think, Jesse, you said something on my first, and that's the community support that I love so much too. You said Himalayan pink salt. What? And then Barbie said pink Himalayan salt. Well, then I started thinking about why. Well, you're balancing your electrolytes. Why are you having a wild, crazy, massive headache when you drink 2 gallons of water? Well, because you're pulling all of that stuff out of your body, including your electrolytes. And I understand that. I understand that process. And so to do this and just, this is just an amazing, I don't know, Jesse, I hope I answered your question.
No, I think that's awesome. Heather, by the way, cut me off if you have a question or whatever, but I think that's awesome. I also love the fact how, one, you're very real with the fact of the process. Like I shared with Daryl too, like that's really what this is all about. I think that when we do that for people and we do that for ourselves, we set people up for bigger success. You know what I mean? We really do. Like when you know what's coming and you know the goods, the bads, the pros, the cons, like you got the process. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't, but whatever the case may be, you know that and you're prepared for that. I love that we can set people up for that. I also love the fact how you shared that even though you have this nursing degree, and I forgot, Susan, how many years have you spent in that? Well, how many years did you spend in that career?
I jumped in and did it for 8 years. And I excelled pretty, yep.
So and you were in nursing, quickly. You were in nursing for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so almost a decade of learning this knowledge. That's obviously school as well, then getting into that. When you're around something every day, all day, for those of you that have your own profession, that kind of becomes life, right? Like you're sucked into all of that, you're learning that. And even as these nurses and doctors and all of this all this education, all this stuff, right? These recommended daily allowances, like I just learned a question like, well, who made that up in the first place? Like if I grab my clinical nutrition book, whatever the hell it is, but it's like, who made up these 2,000 pages? You know what I mean? Like, what's that reference from? Where did it come from? We start to ask this, and I love this about the ER shred too. It's one of my most favorite things about this that I really wish people could grasp really quick, but I know it takes a little bit of time, is we start off with this, this superficial thing of like, I need to lose weight. Right. And what we're starting to notice week after week, testimonial after testimonial, I'm looking at Rick over there. I watch that dude every day. Like I watched him everybody, Steven, like all you guys. Right. And what you start to notice is what I've been trying to preach is health is our greatest wealth, because when you have it, it drastically has the ability to alter literally every aspect of your life. And I am so filled, right? Besides the baby and all that other kind of good stuff, like I'm so filled with watching everybody just be them. because for so many years of my life, I struggled with that concept, especially as a man, to actually be who I was because of fear, because of growing up the wrong way, because of, you know, hanging out with the wrong people, yada, 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 right? And I just love the fact that when people gain this confidence, people have this, they start to have these realizations on their own, and it's creating this power, Susan, that I don't know if you've ever seen being in the health industry. I know our paths were very different, you know, in the way that we took in that industry, but it's still, at the end of the day, it's about helping people, right? That's really why we all get into what we get into in this genre. And you know, I struggled getting people to actually follow through. I was just one of those psychos that's like, for this particular thing, now don't include anything else in life. But when it came to fitness and when it came to health, like there was no stopping. You know what I mean? Like it was my drug. Like it was literally my drug to a drug addict. Like it saved me. So for me, the discipline, the dedication, if I had to follow something, like it was no big deal. You know what I mean? It never was. And it never clicked on me why it was so hard. Now going through this for so many years in coaching, one of the things I'm thrilled about is listening to somebody like you explain this really whole life concept versus just like, be excited about losing weight, be excited about, you know, inches. Like maybe that was your first call, your first Wednesday call. But now I really wanted to point that out because you and all of you that are on this call that I'm looking at, you embody what the bigger picture is. Like this is the ER shred lifestyle. You understand? It's not about an 11-day protocol. Yes, that's the tracks. Yes, that's going to get you back. Yes, that can reset a lot of things. Like, yeah, there's crazy science, but the bigger picture is grasping the concepts to just smash life no matter what comes your way. Like when you're laying on the floor of an ER for 4 hours and you need to figure something out, you can figure it out. You know what I mean? With zero stress affecting you.
Right.
Check, done, right? Like I just did that, by the way. So you can do that when you have that. And that's what I'm so happy about. I don't know about you, Heather. I know we talk about this a lot, but you see what I mean, Susan? Like from that perspective and you coaching people now, have you noticed that depth going with people that you've been working with now for a couple months, where at first it's like, hey, the salt and everybody's stressing. And then all of a sudden, within a really, really short period of time, when we actually think about it, even if that's 20, 30, 40 days, realistically, that's nothing compared to the bigger scheme. And we notice that big empowerment. You see that with a lot of people you're coaching and stuff now too. What's like been some of your favorite things you've noticed from people that when you like see them now, you're like, holy crap, like that person has like a whole different outlook on life. And I don't know about you guys, maybe this is a little greedy of me, but I'm selfish with it. Like, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I see somebody do that and I help them, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, it's like, I don't know. It just fills me, you know? So I'll take it as greedy if that's what it is. But it's like, hell yeah, I did that. Like, I pushed that. So, you know, what do you notice in your people? What's some
vibration?
Big things? What's that?
Big change in vibration.
Vibration?
Vibration. Yeah, I mean, people are at a low when, you know, they're struggling and they're not feeling well. And pretty quickly, right within that first shred, you see this vibration of them coming up, and that's the come alive, right? But then it's more than that. It's the getting that call, and sharing their results. And then it's not just one, then it's like, okay, now we're going to go, you feel great. Let's keep this maintenance. When's your next shred? When's your next date? What are you planning on? And people get pretty excited about when they get the results. So the vibration, and then the more they do it, and just like me, the more you do it, the more your vibration comes up here, and you just keep going and going. And now we're here at this vibration, and now we're maintaining optimum, you know, I should say, I'm even not optimum vibration, because I can't testimony for what's going to happen in another 3 or 6 months, but I have a pretty good feeling I'm going to be here, or maybe even a little bit higher even. But I'm feeling good.
Honey, I don't know that you can go any higher.
I think she can. I think she can. I think there's no limit.
I think
and the higher you go, you know what, Susan, you're freaking so high that you're boiling over, and you're boiling over into so many other people. So you go as high as you want to go. Like there is zero ceiling. Like I said, I need you times 100. I hope some fires light under asses. So I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for always showing up. Hey, Connie, you want to be my friend for a second? Come on,
You
come
can say
on,
no,
get off
Connie.
that couch. Let's go.
You don't have to be his friend, you know.
I love Jesse. Are you kidding
Hi,
me?
friends. Hi. I haven't heard from you guys in so long. What's up, Bob? So for you guys, for those of you guys that don't know these two, they are freaking ER shred like royalty. First of all, they've been with us for a long time. They have literally changed their entire neighborhood like a Susan look. I mean, how many grandmas and grandpas have you guys helped now actually have a quality of life with their grandbabies?
Well, Bob's got a gal right next door to him that he shared Isagenix with, and she just texted him the other day, and she said, I'm down 18 pounds, and I'm expecting it to be 20 by the time this shred's over. Wow. And I think she said she wanted to do it again. Like 20 more pounds or something, and then she's going to go into maintenance.
And she did the ER shred protocol, right?
Yeah, this is
she just used Isagenix, the fulfillment curve. She used the products and the shakes and the supplement, the collagen and all that good stuff, right? All that nutrition. Bob, and how old is your friend?
Information on it. He gave her every sheet and she did it exactly.
And she was really reluctant in the beginning, man. But she saw me walking by every morning on my walk.
Yeah.
Finally, she gave in.
Yeah, so, okay, it's amazing it's amazing when you walk it, right? It's just like you ooze, like what Susan was talking about. Like, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'll just tell you, like, I'm very confident of walking the line of confidence and cocky. Like, I've played both sides, so I walk my house with freaking swagger every day. Like, I walk out that house like, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's getting in my way, nothing's stopping me. Like, no jackass can cut me off and make me mad for the day. Like, there's nothing that can stop me. Like, I physically believe that. Susan, I borrowed your armor. I do that every day. You know what I mean? And I feel like when we have that confidence, even you guys are laughing, Steven or Rosia. I watched you guys literally with my own two eyes be who you are today. And it's just such a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Bob, how old is your friend that you just helped do that?
Let me see. I think she's
80 something.
83, I think.
You say 83?
Yeah.
83.
I'm a little sleep deprived. I just need to make sure that 83 years old. Well, there goes that myth that age is supposed to affect.
There's no boundaries. No boundaries.
You guys.
That's just one. We have several in here.
I know you do. You have so many. I know. And for you guys, what about, I mean, obviously you guys have maintained, do you find maintenance on this? You know, people say, you know, Bob, you're like a master at this. People say, I want to live the shredder lifestyle, but they get confused because we do an 11-day protocol. And it is, you know, take everything out, get your body to baseline. It's such a powerful thing. Like, what the heck does that mean, Bob? What does that mean to you? Like, how do you maintain, like, I know you've done X amount of like hardcore shreds, to always bring yourself back. And I know you just love that. It's so easy for you, which is great. Do it for the rest of your, like, just keep doing it. But in between, what does that mean to you guys? Can you kind of just share, like what is it kind of a day? Like, I think people get confused in that. Do you feel like they do, Heather? Like they get,
they get scared of food. And I think
scared of food, right?
I love the Bob's recipes that he shares once he's gone through maintenance and figured out what his culprits are and what he can eat. Then he makes his shredder pro nuts and all kinds of varieties,
all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm kind of like salivating from the mouth of my computer as I'm running out the door going, man, I wish I had time to make those. But I can't. So my lifestyle, you know, these shakes like save my tuchus, these bars, you know, all these things, like, they save me so much. You are nuts. Like, I don't know.
Well,
but anyways,
I like your plates too, Jesse. Just
listen, I eat some serious food, brother.
Great. Looks good.
I bet you would struggle. People don't realize how many calories that is when I show that plate of food. That is a lot of food. And I don't know if people think I'm starving myself. You got the wrong dude. Like, I love food. People are like, oh, I don't want to drink. I'm like, you're confused. You're confused, sir. you're confused. Like, this is not a shake diet. You know what I mean? You're just
Right.
filling the void where all that other crap can't fill in, but you go ahead and eat. Just make sure it's not poison. How about we make that deal with each other?
And that's what I tell everybody, you know. I said, this is so great, so easy. You don't have to count anything. You just have a
Right?
shake in the morning, a
No
shake at night,
calories.
and you don't have to count calories. You don't have to count carbs. Just eat meat.
Yeah.
Eat
Just
so
eat.
easy.
So
As
being
much
in
as
your
you
80s,
do-
you guys are done counting everything anyways. So why
Exactly.
not just quit counting it, enjoy your life, but use the right food?
Just do the opposite of what the jacked up nutrition industry has told us not
That's
to do for the last 60 years.
Yep.
And watch what happens.
And those of us, Jesse, in this park, we've all done all of that bad training because we're 60, 70, and 80 years old. We've already been through all of that.
I mean,
And
you guys
yet
have been
got
through the no sugar,
that
no
are
fat,
do this.
Atkins, high protein, low protein, high fat, no
No
fat.
meat.
What other kind of crap was out there in those Whole 30?
No red meat. Red meat. Oh, no red meat. Please. Yeah, right.
Anyways,
You enjoy that red meat and you enjoy that life.
I
Right?
enjoy it. I enjoy it. And when I got on this program, when I had my blood test done, I know this is not for everybody or whatever.
Our
you
disclaimers
know what
are
Bob
out
is
there.
trying to say, folks, is
My cholesterol.
hold on, Bob, hold on. What Bob's trying to say is we do not treat, cure, prevent any disease whatsoever. The ER Shred is not a magical journey to perfect health by any means whatsoever. It is your tracks to run on of self-discovery. You, as a human being, are the freaking miracle. And when given a fighting chance, quality food, you will heal yourself. Magical.
And can I say it now?
Go.
I had a blood test and my cholesterol got so in control, or my numbers are so good that my doctor took me off of my cholesterol medicine and said, I want to check you in 3 months because I can't believe what you're doing. They checked it and they even got better.
Did you tell your doctor what you're doing?
Yes, he knows. And yes, I am prospecting him. I have an appointment in December again with him. And,
I keep hearing these stories of like everybody going to the doctor and their doctor goes, oh my God, I've never seen this in my entire years of practicing. And they go, keep up the great work. How about swallow your ego and say, sir, I have access to all the supposed best drugs in the world, and I have access to all the stuff, but yet my patients are getting sicker and sicker, and yet here you are in a flash transforming in front of my eyes. Can you help me? Can you help me help my people? I just wish the medical industry would be able to do that. Don't you, Susan? Oh, wouldn't that be a good thing? Wouldn't it?
I've lost 60 pounds, and I've went from a 42 waist down to almost a 28, but I'm between 30 and 28.
You're a stud. And Connie, does he have to Bob, do you have to bring like a stick on your walks to beat off the Does he, Connie? He does, doesn't he?
I have a big flag.
Bob is strutting around that neighborhood,
Bob beats the women back. I'm telling you. He's like, whoa, ladies. There's only one of me here.
Too.
Yes.
Honey, I saw you with your 10,000 steps yesterday.
That's right.
Yeah, see that?
That's a girl.
Yeah.
Remember, Jesse, I'm having to keep up with him now.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I know we're having a lot of fun tonight. We didn't, we're just ending our 1-year anniversary shred next Wednesday. I mean, we're going to be begging for more time because it's going to be just stupid crazy when everybody finishes and all these results start coming in. And I hope you guys I hope you guys get as much joy from this For me, I'll be honest with you, the testimonials excite me and I get so excited for people. But when I can talk to you guys, Susan and Steven and Rosario and even Rick and Natasha and Bob and Connie and Melanie and all you guys that have been with us for so long, and you're just crushing this way of life and you're still just like, it's so freaking easy. Like, I've never felt better. Like, we keep learning more about ourselves. We're helping more and more people. Like, for me, like, this was the bigger vision in the beginning. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't about like helping somebody lose 10 pounds. Like, I don't really get excited about that. I'll be honest with you. It doesn't toot my whistle. Like, it just doesn't. What I really care about is if somebody learned the philosophy behind the empowerment of why. Do you know what I mean? And I'm so happy to see that, like, the people that keep showing up, there's another tip. Sorry, Heather, I know you have something to say. People that keep showing up, show up. Like, that's the tip that we always give you guys, right? Like, you got to freaking show up to succeed. You don't got to be great, but you got to start, right? Like, you got to start somewhere. So just show up. And the more you show up, just like anything else, the easier and easier and easier it gets. And you'll be rocking it in no time and helping so many other people. Sorry, Heather, go ahead.
And speaking of those that show up, we've got our Heart on her Sweet 16 shred, who's got an update for us as well.
Oh,
she is up to number 16. So Miss Mimi, go ahead.
16.
Hi there. Okay, so let me tell you, I have enjoyed something special this week, and just by accident, my second phone, which is my Wi-Fi only phone, is where the device I was using during my very first shred. And for some reason, the photos and videos that are in this gallery did not upload to my Google Photos. So I have been watching my videos and my still shots from my very first shred a year ago. And I revisited some of the videos I posted where I saw a lot of the pursing of my lips, involuntary movement in my face. And I can just tell you, because I've detoxed consistently doing the intermittent fasting with our Cleanse for Life, that is the most important thing that's happened for me, is I've been able to clear some of the cloudiness of in my neurology that was it just wreaked havoc when I was on the big pharma meds. So, and that's the reason why none of those videos got posted to the page, because I would see myself with the weird things I was doing with my mouth and my jaw, and also hesitating on words, not finding my words, and too many pauses. And so I was embarrassed, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. But now that I have found them, I really enjoyed just taking a few moments during my mornings to go back to those places. And it is in those moments of watching a year ago what my progress is. Some of my progress has just kind of come up to revisit me. And I have a newfound respect for what happened.
I need to read, but go ahead. There's a couple left in there.
Okay, so that's one thing. Also, I took on a new horse. I think I walk with confidence now. My gait is not limited. I have full movement in my hips again. For some reason, I seized up again about a couple of months ago, and it might have been overworking on the cycling on the bike. But on this cleanse this morning, I got up and had so much power and clarity, and I was just like, yeah, I'm going to do this thing. And so I just, I want you guys to know, if you stay in the conversation, you always find a nugget. If you listen to others who are engaging and sharing what their knowledge is, like with Susan, with Brent Hoover, with Jones Fernandez offers so much to us behind the scenes. There's so much that is available to us to become fully rounded and knowledgeable in this protocol and why it works. And so I just wanted to express my gratefulness, and also let people know that like, I don't have blood tests to back it up, but I have real-time videos. And I literally moved all the sand that was, I'm telling you, it was this deep. And I saw those videos and the still shots today. it was 2.5 times my boot. And I moved it all in 2.5 hours or 2 hours and 10 minutes with a shovel out to the paddock and leveled the paddock. And I took videos along the way. I mean, I was still 140 pounds when I did that. But oh my gosh, I just did it. So, you know, it's not the pounds and inches anymore. It's consistency, knowing who I am, what I can do, what's available to other people. And that's all I got.
And this, my friend,
Melanie,
is
I
why
love you.
You are the heart of ER Shred, because you really brought to the surface something super important that we need to remember. Going back to where you were a year ago is only going to continue to empower you to stay on this journey. And so I think sometimes when we think we may be having a bad day or a bad couple of moments, when we can look back at where we were, and then we can reflect and see how much we truly have changed, there's a lot of power. And you have to take the moments to sit in that and truly reflect and give yourself grace and be proud. And I feel like we struggle to give ourselves any kind of positive talk and to be proud of ourselves of what we have done. Because when you are in this protocol, when you show up like you show up, you're on Shred Sweet 16, right?
Right.
You have to embrace that, because we come from a society where negative self-talk and comparison is happening everywhere. And we don't give ourselves that opportunity in that moment. And sometimes it's just a moment, but that moment can have so much power and even more healing. Because when we're losing weight, we're losing inches, we're reducing puffiness, we're easing joints, we're doing all of these things. Yes, amazing. But we're healing ourselves on a bigger level. And so when we can commit to ourselves that we're going to take that time and take those moments to go back and think about where I was and sit in that pain, so you can allow that pain to be healed.
And that has happened for me because of this protocol, because truly I had so much doubt. And one of my most recent, just the past 3 days, I've been able to come up and out of the negative thoughts that swirl, and I can't, like, I'm trying to shake them off of me and scream and shout. Listen, I found today that if I just look up and I take in the color, the green of the trees in front of the blue of the sky with the white clouds, I'm able to release what's going on because I focus on color itself. Now, this is just weird, but it's beautiful. And as soon as I see those colors and imagine like what those colors mean here, then I'm able to visualize a waterfall, and I can see the droplets of the waterfalls. And I'm releasing so many things just the past 2 days, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I never would have thought of doing that, but somehow it came to me. And so, yeah.
And that's a huge part of the healing process. So thank you for always showing up. This is why you are the heart of the ER Shred, because you share from your heart. And it really can make an impact for us. So for that, we thank you. On behalf of the board, I'm putting words in their mouths, but on behalf of the board, we absolutely thank you for everything that you do.
I second that, and I'm here. So
thank you.
Boom.
And I think
seriously, Mel, seriously, Mel, I love you to death. Hold on, Heather. Mel, I love you to death. And you literally just summed up everything that we were just discussing. Like you're like the walking, talking, real life billboard. No, seriously, I'm not even kidding. Of healing from within. Like this, Melanie is the poster child of healing from within. When you honor the gift that you were given for free at birth, which I just got to watch, and it's the most crazy, beautiful thing ever. Like it puts this realization in you, right? When you see this, Steve, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Like, go back to that moment. I got freaking chilled, right?
Sean called me the poster child on the very first results call, and I was like, oh, I'm somebody now. I'm a poster
Well,
child.
I think it's, Mel, it's not just your results, honey. It's the life you pour into yourself And, you know, when I say, like, you know, it's not selfish to give to you first. You know, we always say, oh, I'll do anything for those kids. I'll do anything for that person. Like, why aren't you doing it for yourself first? Like, I had to learn that the hard way because I thought it was selfish and greedy. It's not. Be selfish and greedy, because you need to be selfish and greedy first. You can't serve from a half-ass empty cup. It's impossible. Been there, done that, tried it. Like, just doesn't work. Like, you don't put out 100% of your authentic self if you're not full first. And now every time you've added another piece and you've molded another hole and you welded another crack, and I mean, literally over the last year, little by little, it was like pottery. You know what I mean? Like, you
and then it becomes polished. All the cracks and the injuries I have just polish up, and I'm shiny again.
Yeah, you are shiny.
Antique,
and
but
I mean,
I'm
like,
shiny.
you know, yeah, like, you know, and I mean, embrace those. You know, yeah, and to touch on your thing from the beginning, I'm sad to hear that you felt that way, but there's so many people that do. And to that one note, and then I'm gonna be quiet so Heather can end this, but this is so important. To that one note, in order to get better, and I've learned this the hard way through really cracking myself. Like, I'm the biggest asshole to myself. I'll be very honest with you. Like, you know, in order to, yeah, but you know, in order, I forgot what the hell I was saying now. Oh, love yourself, accept yourself for where you're at, even if you don't believe at the present moment that you're happy with that self. And that's okay. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you have to tell yourself, like, oh, I love myself, when you look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what did you do? Like, what did you do? Or you're struggling. I need you to be real yourself. Okay. This is good code. Like, you need to be told, like, you seriously do, but honor the process and love yourself in that moment enough to give yourself permission to go on a journey. And Mel, that's what you did, is you gave yourself that permission and you honed it. And little by little, you kept embracing and loving yourself more and more. Now you love all of you for the most part. If not, I don't know what else your daily videos show, like, you love, right? And that's such a beautiful thing to see, because that pours over. But just for anybody struggling with that, like, you know, acknowledge where you're at. Like, you have to start somewhere. And if you don't acknowledge where you're at, you can't get better. You can't grow. You can't go forward. You know what I mean? Because you haven't acknowledged where you're at first. So acknowledge that and embrace it and say, okay, here we go. And then jump on the train, jump on the community, find something like the ER Shred, even if this maybe isn't your thing. Okay, cool. Find a community. I don't know if it exists, but find a community like the ER Shred and watch what happens.
And
so if I'm looking at gray skies in front of me, I can look in my side mirror and see the beautiful sunrise behind me. And as long as I don't stay focused on the problems and the ugly and the things that I think are wrong with me, if I find something that I love about me and focus there for just a bit, I could come back to that other thing and work on it responsibly.
That's beautiful, Mel. And you know, that nugget, people can literally take and apply that in so many other areas of life as well.
Sobriety, for one.
It's magical.
So, and that is the perfect nugget. And when you are finding those gray spots, come to our community and allow yourself to be vulnerable, because I have never seen a place like our community where you will be 100% embraced and find that love poured into you when you cannot find it for yourself. So www.ershredders.com is our free Facebook community. Come and join us. Tomorrow night, Bob Sivright will be live with our business call with Barbara Bush and Susan Look, who shared with us tonight, and Barbara was with us last night. on Jesse's call. And then next Wednesday, again, we invite you to have some fun, because we in ER Shred, we are bringing ourselves back to youth, and we are going to have some fun. So next Wednesday night's call is our Halloween celebration. So go ahead and rock those costumes. So I'm going to go to gallery. If we can thank everyone that shared tonight. We know this was just sharing about our lifestyle, and that's really what it is. It's 11 days to get started, but these are the tracks to run on. And as you can see from the conversations we have, we are a family as this community. So thank you everybody for coming. Have a wonderful night and happy Wednesday. We'll see you in costumes next week.
Hey,
Good night,
Steve,
everyone.
Heather, you can kill it. Go ahead, kill it.